What's going on YouTube? Thanks for tuning into the channel. As I said, I'm going to be posting these up, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to get into today. I'm just going to bring my camera out with me and we'll see how it goes.
And I'd like to continue on right now with another beautiful song.
Generally start my day off, Rebellion, Fighter, Fuel, banging. About to get into a workout in like a half hour. Probably gonna kill some time between then. Catch me in a little bit. Getting that workout in. So, let's check you in a second. Just finished the workout. Gotta make sure you get that workout every day. Doing the victory unit. So, you saw a review. I'm redoing the whole thing again, the whole 12 weeks. Just on week 1 right now. Started it with the new year. Alright, catch you in a second. About to head to the grocery store, so probably not gonna really film inside there. Been out there now, I need to get some fucking food. I'll show you what I come up with. But catch you in a little bit. It is super snowy outside though. It is snowing like crazy out here. What's going on YouTube? It's snowing outside, so there's not really much to really do. So I thought for this video, I'll just show you a salmon recipe that I've been making for a couple years. Super simple, super easy, really good. Not a nutritionist, but everything that I'm putting in it, I'm fairly positive it's very healthy.
Now, we found out some time ago that if you take a whole group of really super bad dudes and hang them in together, they'll make some music whether or not somebody else thought it was hip or not, you know. It'd be okay. You dig? Somebody's got to start it. 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 Start it.
I mean, I'm okay. It's just that it was a bad thing to happen at the time, you know.
To just kind of put a couple 2 sets in, and I was just thinking about the last couple hours. I wanted to just put it up. I mean, it's been snowing all day, so hasn't been really much just to sit and think. I was driving, I slid a little bit, but just I've been thinking about how humans are a very social animal, and it's part of human nature. It's something that is definitely something you have to kind of conquer, grasp, and understand. So number one, I'll just kind of talk about isolation. So they say the worst thing that you can do to a human is isolate them. Isolation is definitely something that, if you're isolated for too long of periods of time, depression and anxiety will definitely heighten and be kind of multiplied in those types of scenarios. And I'm sure we all have kind of found situations where this is to be true. Even if you like being by yourself for too long does create a long bit of loneliness. And that is really not what our brain has been wired for. Our brain has been wired for contact, communication, and that's how our species has kind of just thrived throughout the years. In this day and age, especially for what I want to do, being an entrepreneur, things like that, I find myself moving towards opportunities and different things where there isn't necessarily a social circle group that I'm part of in that location. So I know in my most recent move, to Montclair, I feel like, you know, I didn't really have, especially for a decent amount of months, much of anyone that is, and even to this point, it's not like I have like a super amount of friends, but being open to, you know, gaining people into your social circle is something that you need to be definitely aware of and is important to accept. But this is where I want to go in terms of deciding. So, one, everybody isn't created equal. Every like friend you grab will not be, or gain will not be created equal. And when you do make moves to certain opportunities and you do feel those pressures, of course you want to keep the bonds that you've had in the past. But if you do feel like you're looking for more, I would just kind of advise to make sure that, you know, you spend time and like looking for people that are after the same thing as you. I know for this weekend particularly, I went out with somebody that I did meet at my job, and it's pretty cool because he's kind of into the same, going out with the same type of intentions that I have when I go out, which was something different than I felt like generally when I would go out with people. But where I'm going is that, you know, just because you do feel that kind of anxiety and pain or like depression if you are being isolated for long periods of time, I think it still is important to find people that are going to mesh with your direction, because there's other times in my life when I look back and I think about how I kind of gained the social circle I ended up with, was that I just kind of clung to the first thing that kind of came its way. But when you're kind of more strategic and start deciding what you want and using those times of isolation or those times of not really being bombarded by a lot of different things, really figuring out what you want, and then when you do meet people that kind of have the same values, it'll be a lot easier to, one, just create, start building out your social circle, but building it towards what you want at the end of the day in terms of just everything in life. I'm not really talking about anything in particular in terms of aspects of your life. And then also the idea of grabbing people from different social circles. So you don't have to like kind of find a clique and then just jump into that clique. It's definitely like advantageous to have friends that have whole other groups of friends, and being able to kind of connect different social circles together and connect different people with other people. And then also everything is a balance. So there's certain people that are good to hang out for certain aspects of my life, and then there's certain people that are good to hang out for other aspects of my life, and just trying to balance that. But in the end, my whole point is that, one, you want to create a social circle, obviously, because if you do kind of keep yourself isolated, especially those that are very entrepreneurial like myself, where there isn't a lot of people doing all of the different things that I'm trying to do, it's important to find people that are, and to kind of connect with them. But also, since I feel like I maybe everybody kind of is unique in that, you know, their interests are kind of particular, look to grab people from different groups. So maybe one friend you like to hang out with them, and you guys like to do a certain type of activity. Maybe it's working out. You know, that's the guy that I go to for working out. And then there's another person that, you know, they're making YouTube videos. So I want to hang out with them because they're making YouTube videos, and we can kind of gel on that front. So finding people to fulfill the needs, and when you do find yourself in those isolated moments, those moments of separation, use that time to really define what you want in the friends that you bring into your social circle, and the people you bring around you, because that's really going to be what creates you going forward, and what is going to kind of be compiled. And everybody has heard that quote, and that's where I'm going to end this here. I mean, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So make sure you're choosing them right, and don't just because you're in that place, just jump to a group and not really think about how they're going to contribute to yourself moving forward. But thanks a lot for that. I'll just take you to this other place because it's still snowing a lot, and it hasn't really stopped, and that's really why I haven't been able to do much today. This is the damage. It's tons of snow. It's the first big snowstorm. had this year. Pretty much all day. My car is back over there, but it's covered in snow, and I drove it at like 4 o'clock. It's crazy.